Modern day kings coming to Birmingham to build with a dream, to build Black independence family. Good rising. My name is Black Feniks, and I'm the owner of HogOn Welding and the founder of HogOn University. Today I wanted to talk about the kings coming back to Birmingham. In 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King came with his establishment and started a campaign to end segregation here in Birmingham on lunch counters and the hiring process. And doing that process, it ended up gaining some nationwide exposure because the law enforcement actually released their dogs on them, and they also hosed them down with fire hoses, and a lot of them was students that went to school, and even those who were just partaking of the march. So it's always been a lot of history here in Birmingham, especially for independence and equality. And now the city has been built up over time. It's 2022. A lot has happened, a lot has changed since then. But then there's still a mentality. It's all about, Dr. King realized something before he passed. He said something before he was assassinated, that I believe I have led my people into a burning house, because he got us to segregation, and we was able to sit at the counters. We was able to sit on the buses. We was able to, go to work with them, but we still had no wealth. After slavery and after what we went through in America, we were still owed our 40 acres of the mule. Regardless of what a person would do with it, we still was owed that, and he knew we couldn't change anything. We can't have nothing in America as a Black people if we don't have finances and economics. Most of everything we got is tied to the system. And once he realized that, he said that, he was like, because we had more wealth. If you go back and you look at history, we had more wealth prior to segregation with the Black community, because at that time we was forced to go to our own Black establishments and go eat. Go to our own Black establishment, get our haircuts, and go buy our clothing, and go get our vehicles. We had to build our own. And once segregation came, they still didn't accept us, but they accepted our money. So, we knew that in order for us to build some type of independence in America, if you think about all the other cultures that come here, they got independence because what? They got wealth. They got some generational wealth that they built up to be able to have businesses. And so, I think now as the new kings come in, and I feel like me and two of my business partners, which one is actually a native of the area, but he moved out and came back. And me and my business partner, I'm originally from Arkansas, my other business partner originally from Georgia, and then he's originally from Birmingham, and we're coming to the area to build Black independence by shipping container converters. One way to build wealth, family, is to understand the system of ownership. How important it is to own something. We always tap into the system instead of paying for things that's always just like a middleman, not understanding the true value of wealth, because we really wasn't taught wealth. We was taught always how to make money, not how to create money, how to chase it, how to go get it, how to work hard for it. But we were never taught how to create it. And I think with the shipping container conversions, it gives us the opportunity to create money. We can build someone independence with a shipping container. So I think being here, it gives us the opportunity for those who have been getting more knowledge and been getting more finances, and then they realize that through the pandemic, the finances you build up can get consumed through inflation. So if you don't have nothing going with your money, or a way to constantly make money, you're going to put yourself in the hole. And one good thing, family, I just want to put some highlights on the shipping container is, once you buy it, it's yours. So it's like, say like going to the store buying your vehicle. When you buy that vehicle will take you to destination A to B, and you'll easily spend 30, 50, 70,000 on a vehicle. And when you think about it, the vehicle is really, it's an asset to a certain point, but it's more of a liability than it is an asset, because you're going to forever pay on it. You got to forever put money into it to use it, to drive it, to maintain it, and to license it and other things. So it's so much ties into the vehicle, and it always gets someone else to make money off of you, like the whole time you own it. So it's like renting a traditional building You know, if you're just going back and rent the building like other people have throughout generations, you always paying that person and creating wealth for them. But once you actually build something like a container, and you build your restaurant, or you find you some land or lots you can buy, or movable, where you get you a 20-footer and you can actually move it and take it to different locations and different events, it gives you the opportunity to actually own the property. It gives you an opportunity to actually make more wealth. You can create more. So I think what we're doing with this is we kind of helping embellish in the area by giving them the opportunity to build some independence. So you get your money and you actually building money. Now this is something you can pass down to your kids and their kids. And that's the cool thing about it. And not only helping them build their independence by giving them a shipping container conversion, but we're also helping build their independence by giving them the opportunity for education, because we're teaching. We have a program where we're actually educating those in the area who want to learn. So we have our on-the-job training where we can actually teach these people who are in the area who need to embellish that way. But sometimes you have to get the skills. If you're just working for certain jobs, you're only going to get paid a minimum. But if you can get a skill and you can master it, you can make more money with your trade that can later invest in your business. And you know, I'm big on turning a trade into a business. I believe we need to master a trade, we need to get it, and then we need to turn it. I know everybody is not meant to be here. Everybody plays a different role. But for those of us who want to transcend in life, which is a lot of people who have the desire to be entrepreneurs and independent, we just have to learn the steps. You know, and me being an entrepreneur, I can be honest and transparent with you that during my process, I stumbled a lot because I didn't know the steps, I didn't know the process of it. But once I learned it, I was able to take it to another level. So I think by, you know, us coming here now with just a fresh new vision and being able to be black and black owned and being able to build, not only build something to help make money, because we know it takes money to make money, but we also uplifting and building the people where we give them education. So you're killing several birds with one stone. And then it's helping us to start thinking product over talent, realizing what's really important. We can always work for our money, or we can create a product that we can actually sell ourselves, so to speak, and keep things going. So there's many ways to look at it, family, but we can't be naive and just say, man, I'm free, but I'm still connected to the system for everything. A lot of times we're just feeding and indulging our habits and our desires, you know, and that's one thing, fam. I think that, you know, the old saying says, you know, when I was a child, I did childish things, and when I became a man, I put those things away. I think that there's a process with everything. And if you a grown man and you still doing a lot of kid things, then there's some things you got to work on personally. Like there's an issue there, you know what I mean? You didn't transcend over, you know what I mean? Like, and one thing I do want to say this too, while I'm on that level. As a kid, it says that in order for us to get into the pearly gates, we got to have the mentality of a kid. So in having the mentality of a kid, we realize that we have to have an imagination to think outside of the box. And that's why I love to say your imagination is your limitation when dealing with shipping container conversions, because we really can turn however you think it into something. So if you have a realistic desire and something we can actually put together, we can build your independence. You don't have to be in a box, so to speak. You know how they say, think outside of the box. You can add some accessories to the box. See, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. See, that's what some people do. And they spend so much time trying to do this new thing where you can take an old thing and add new things to it and build a whole new different product. And I think that's what the goal is, family, is to add accessories to the product, add accessories to the wheel. So, you know, us coming back in 2022 now, bringing something new, a new vibe, a new wave. I really believe the shipping container conversion is going to help people build their independence, make money, have more finances to be able to spread around. We really don't understand the process until we actually get involved in it. So that's why it's very important for us to think like that. So as an independent person, you want to be able to know that being in a spot like Birmingham, there's a lot of black independents. So in order for us to really build ourselves, we got to take something like a box and think outside of the box and build something. And that's what we're doing, family. We're coming here with a breath of fresh air. We're using shipping container convergence to build something, and we're using it with our imaginations. So I just want to give you an update, man, and just say it's new kings in the area. And we're not being selfish. We're not just thinking about us, we're thinking about you too. Let us help you build your independence. HogOn, be blessed.